Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Destiny 2. And with the reset, of course, brings a few things. One of the big things, there was quite a bit of a patch that launched this week. So there will be something covering that, but of course a separate video. But there's a few things going on in addition to the regular thing that I will be getting into. So starting off throughout the world, you will be greeted with a message that says double active Vanguard reputation. So if you wanted to grind out the ranks in Vanguard, you could totally do that right now. However, it is... Oh, excuse me, it isn't reputation, it's drops. So if you wanted more things to drop from the Nightfall, whether it's materials, high stat armor, or guns, go ahead, go for it right now, because it's available. In addition, though, it is the Glassway right now, so... It is a bit of a tough one if you wanted to up the difficulty. But, of course, it is always manageable. They will never make it an impossible strike. It's always manageable, even if you are, you know, worse, let's say. Now, going into the Grandmaster, of course, like I said, it is Glassway, so it's a mainly Fallen, but in the end, Vex. So, first modifiers. Arachno, when defeated, Fallen Vandals spawn a web mine at their feet. Overload and Barrier champions, Chaff for no radar, and then the Grandmaster modifiers of the usual, Match Game, Equipment Lock, Distinguished, Limited Revives, and Mob champions. With Shielded Foes, you will have a rainbow this week, so if you have one person that has every sort of energy weapon in the secondary, or every sort of energy weapon, or every sort of element, whether it's, you know, subclasses, guns, and everything, running the rainbow setup, it is manageable for shields. In addition, there is Acute Void Burn, which is always the worst because now the entire strike, you're dealing with barely any void damage, but then you get to the end with the Overload Minotaurs and the Hobgoblins and all of the... and Belmont being there were literally the most annoying things you've... Oh, and not Hydras, Wyverns. So yeah, this one is the most annoying burn because it's present practically nowhere in the strike until the final boss. So, you know, then it's everywhere. So you might want to spec for Void, at least in the heavy, because obviously you do bonus damage with the Void there, but, you know, there's options for your loadout if you wanted to go for it. Hell, Collective Obligation if you wanted to just leech the buffs and debuffs and all that sort of things. But moving into the rest of the world, that is everything from there. Iron Banner has just ended, so we won't be seeing another Iron Banner until at least a few weeks. And Gambit, there is no active Gambit labs right now, so it is the usual pile of crap that Gambit usually is. Now, for Vault of Glass in its Master Mode, I know exactly what it is. It is Ensemble's Refrain, which is Atheon Challenge, which is basically the same person cannot kill more than one Oracle in a wave of Oracle. So as it spawns 3 at a time, person 1, 2, and 3 will have to kill person 1 will kill Oracle 1, person 2 will kill Oracle 2, and person 3 will kill Oracle number 3. And you have to do that for all 3 waves during Master Mode. If you do that, you'll gain access to the Corrective Measure Time Lost. And of course, for Master Mode, if you wish to farm, it is Recovery-focused armor in the usual bits. Now, as well, in speaking of raids, in the Throne World itself, Master Mode Vow has officially dropped. And I believe the rotation has officially come back all the way around. It was Rolk Challenge, but now it is back to... What, let's see, does it say? Swift Destruction, which is basically first encounter challenge where you have to kill all of the unstoppable abominations at the same time, or at least within the next few seconds. So this does have Overload and Unstoppable champions for both ends. Chaff or Radar is its disabled mob champions, and Match Game. Match Game is permanent, and it is rated at 1580 power. So, 100%, my character is already up to match, and it is mobility focused armor. It is something, wait, is it something different? Mobility... I already forgot what I said, so I need to check here. And recovery. So actually, both of the raids do have different modifiers for their focused armor sets. So if you wished to jump in as well, and you're worried about the light disadvantage, I am literally one point shy from being Pinnacle Cap, and my Ghost is only at 19. And I am just shy of the required power cap. So if you're worried about whether or not this raid is too high for your power, just put in some work. Well, you still at least have like a month in the season, I think. So it will be entirely manageable if you think, you know, you're short. Yeah, we still have at least a month in the season, so a month to grind out challenges and such things. Speaking of challenges, let's look over what they are for this week. An excellent source of power. So Propaganda Mastery, complete Vox Obscura on Master. If you needed a video for that, there are several out there. I would recommend a full fire team. It is not very easy to solo. And Undying Legend, complete a Psyops battleground on Legend without dying. Now, that it's something similar. If you have a competent team with the proper setups, that should not be too hard. As well as armory-wide calibration, basically use every version of element, or every, how do I say this? You know, kinetic energy power. Use each of the 3 slots of weapons. You gain bonus progress against champions. For some reason, that is a triple XP++. Now, Void Gambit, of course, defeating targets with Void abilities, bonus progress for defeated with Guardians, Trial by Firing Squad, with basically win 3 games of Gambit is essentially what it is, and if you don't win 3 games, then just win 20 rounds, and that rewards you a Trials weapon. It's unknown at this point, just because Trials is active, whether or not it is guaranteed to be like the Summoner, or Aisha's Revenge, or if it's something random based on the rotation, but it is something. And as well, the Void Vanguard defeat combatants with the Void effects in the Vanguard playlists as well. So that is week 9. If they've been following the procedure, this will also be the last, what is the word? Next week will be the last weeks of challenges. I don't know the exact maths, but it seems we're getting close to the end. So tomorrow will be the last week of challenges. I won't be, of course, addressing them till, you know, more challenges. But into the rest of the world, checking the Throne World. Let's see here. It is, wait, what is the thing? Weekly mission. Now, so we have the Communion. Communion with the European Pyramid to strengthen your new darkness power, Deep Sight. So this is mission 4. This one is the one where it's mainly Cabal. And of course, let's see. What are the master modifiers? Barrier Unstoppable. Oh, Togetherness. That's not great. And Triple and Rainbow Shield effects. Now, for Wellspring, today is Golmog with the Come to Pass. So it is the initial rotation of the 4-week rotation, where it will be Auto Rifle, then Grenade Launcher, Bow, Sniper, and I already forgot the, hang on, I need to say this out. I'll have something on screen, obviously, per the usual. So Tuesday will be Auto Rifle, Wednesday will be Grenade Launcher, Thursday will be Bow, Friday will be Sniper. And then the rotation will start again at Saturday with the Auto Rifle, Sunday with the Grenade Launcher, and Monday with the Bow. So we should have the Sniper once again at next Tuesday. Start off the rotation if you still need any of those weapons for any reason outside of just grinding them to get the rolls, because you can't be bothered to officially level them up. Now, that one more thing is the Dares of Eternity. What's our rotations here? Hive, Vex, and Ballast to Auric for our Legend mode. If you still wish to, you know, visit Star Horse and grind those out before the end of the week. Now, moving into the last bit, I did check Ada's armor stats. There's nothing greater than 55, so really nothing worth checking there. And there's a few things worth possibly checking at Banshee. The first of all being a Shepherd's Watch with Outlaw and Demolitionist. Now, I know people don't really like to take snipers into endgame content for reasons, but this is probably one of the best options you can get. It is a kinetic, so it does do a little bit more damage than all energy snipers, and of course, you know, it is a decent enough frame in its own with Outlaw and Demolitionist perks, so it's pretty great. And speaking of pretty great, and possibly God Roll great, Extended Barrel for range and recoil control, High Cal for bonus range and obviously high caliber rounds, as well as Subsistence, Focus Fury, and Vice Stinger, aka Subsistence, the origin trait. Obviously, I don't need to say what Subsistence is. Focus Fury is great in case you want to just hammer down the trigger, which I just realized with Subsistence, it might actually work pretty well in chain with these 2 perks. Because Focus Fury, if you have to hit half of a mag's worth of critical hits, if your mag is constantly being reloaded, it might register, say, if the magazine is, well, just as an example, 60, if you hit 30 rounds, it might register Focus Fury even if you reloaded 5 times and fired 90 rounds, if that makes sense in some sort of weird way. And as well, a stochastic variable, this roll I don't think has changed from last week, so this is exactly the same as it was Wednesday onward, and I will recommend it again in case you wanted a unique weapon where you can get the only 600 round per minute lightweight submachine gun. If you equip Phase Mag, it basically turns it into a vertical frame submachine gun. And as well, Funnel Web, the gun that people just don't seem to want to shut up about, even though I literally hate it in all of its entirety. Autoloading Thresh and the Subsistence origin trait, and, you know, moving on. 2 grenade launchers, Memory Interdict, Unrelenting Quick Draw. I'd say this is more the Crucible option, although I know most people would want a version that has, you know, chain reaction. And speaking of which, this is a good PvE option in the form of Unrelenting and Explosive Light, even though Explosive Light is not nearly as powerful as it was on Wendigo. as well as alloy casing for that reload buff, and various other launchers for, you know, your boostings. So that is pretty much everything out that's important regarding the reset. Master Vow, double reward Nightfalls, more Grand Masters to come around if you are in the process of trying to guild it or earn Conqueror. With that being said, my name is Matt Scorpion, and I will see you in the next video.
Stop being concerned, no chances keep on passing us by.